Conquer the Kitchen this week with Ali Freedman. And we have a very interesting recipe this week, right?
Yes, we're going to be doing vegan snickerdoodles. For those of you who aren't familiar with veganism, it is similar to vegetarianism, but it involves absolutely no animal proteins or anything of the sort. No eggs, no milk, no cheese. To start off, we are going to mix our dry ingredients. We're going to need 1.5 cups of flour. And then to that we'll add 1 cup of sugar. And you just want to use regular granulated sugar for this, no fine or baking sugars.
So we'll put it in a separate bowl. And
we're going to be using Earth Balance butter, which is a vegan substitute. You can find it at most grocery stores, especially at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. It tastes just like butter, and it's a healthy alternative.
So for the butter, how much do we need?
I believe we need 1/2 cup. 1/2 cup.
Well, just so I don't forget, I'll just add it now.
Good idea.
And how much do we need?
We need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, which is about a capful. We're going to need 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, as well as 1/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar, or tartar. And you want to make sure when you're baking to level off the ingredients so you get the perfect amount, especially with baking soda or baking powders, because they are your leavening agent. We're going to be using silken tofu, which you blend up 1/4 cup per egg. You can do it by hand or with a blender. And tofu is generally tasteless. It tastes like what you flavor it with, so it's a great egg replacer, especially in things like cakes or cookies.
So I'm just going to eyeball it. It's about this much. And how do you know when you're done mixing?
You want to mix it up until you can get it as broken down as possible. You can use any type of silken tofu, but the softer the tofu, the quicker it'll break down. We will go ahead and combine our dry and wet ingredients right now.
Okay.
You may want to add the egg to the dry ingredients first and then the butter. I found in personal experience that makes it a little bit easier to mix, but it's totally up to you because it's going to be your arm work or my arm work that ends up mixing it all together.
Have you seen the other videos in this series?
Yes, I have.
You notice that I tend to do all the manual labor?
I'm going to hand this over to you and wash my hands while you stick that baby in the freezer for 30 minutes.
Alright, so now half an hour has passed, so we're going to go check on our dough. So let's see. Confirm. It's not sticking to me, so it's ready?
Yes, that's
Okay.
good to go. So now what we're going to do, we've got our oven preheated to 375. We'll want to spray down our cooking sheet with Pam, or you can use parchment paper. These aren't sticky enough that you'd want to like butter and flour it. You're totally fine with a basic spray on there. So now what we're going to do is portion out the cookie dough. We want to do between 1 and 2 tablespoons, or about the size of a golf ball. And you'll roll it in the cinnamon sugar, which we have prepared over here. Alright, so now we're going to put them in the oven, let them bake for their 10 to 12 minutes. If you notice that they're not baking evenly, you can flip them halfway through. It depends on your oven. Alright, our cookies are ready.
So they seem to be cool enough. Oh, yep.
Great.
Let's grab one and try it.
Alright. Do you want to split this guy?
Yes.
Alright. You'll notice that they've got the crumbly top and they're soft on the inside. Alright, let's give these babies a try. They taste just like normal Snickerdoodles. Can't
Yeah.
even tell the tofu.
Yeah, like if you told me there was tofu in this, I'd call you a liar.
Mm-hmm.
And probably tell you to get out of my house. But
No, you can't go wrong with tofu and vegan baking. It's a great alternative to really fatty baking, which is good sometimes, but every once in a while you need a guilt-free dessert.
yeah, and these taste really great. They, I mean, they're like Snickerdoodles. They have the hint of cinnamon, gooey center, crisp edges.
They're great. You can't go wrong with Snickerdoodles. They're an American classic. One of the few.
Yes. All right. Well, I've conquered the kitchen this week with Ali Freedman with our vegan Snickerdoodles.